Boker Tov, Erev Shabbat Shalom, Erev Chag Sameach. Continuing out the Halachot of Sefirat Ha'Omer, B'Shutchem, B'Shut HaRabbanim. The Gemara derives from the Pasuk, Usfartem Lachem, the Gemara Menachot, that when we have the mitzvah of counting the Sefirat Ha'Omer, Usfartem Lachem, each and every single one of you have an obligation to count for yourselves. So the Gemara learns from there, the Beracha understands that Lachatchila, every individual must count the Sefirat Ha'Omer for themselves. They should not rely on someone else to do it for them. Obviously, the halacha we hold, it's not so obvious, Mishonim disagree, but the halacha we hold, if someone made a beracha to have you in mind, and you had in mind to be yotzeh, and you follow along and said amen, in theory that can work, but usfartem lachem teaches us that lechatchila, every individual, every male should count for themselves. So now the next question is, when in a minyan and answering amen to a chazan, is there anything different about this than any other mitzvah that we have to be careful about? So the poskim achronim explain that because by Sefirat Ha'Omer we've established already it's a mitzvah mid'Rabbanan, and we learned that by mitzvot d'Rabbanan you don't necessarily need to have Kavana to be yotzeh the mitzvah to fulfill the mitzvah. This is a big discussion elsewhere by Kriyat Shema, by Shofar, by Lulav. If you need Kavana to fulfill the mitzvah, the Chatchila, the Shulchan Aruch holds that when fulfilling mitzvot that are mitzvot deoraita, at least when it talks about Shema Yisrael, you have to have Kavana, that I'm having in mind, intent to fulfill this mitzvah. When it comes to mitzvot Rabbanan, many Achronim understand that there might not necessarily be that same obligation, and even without Kavana, you may be yotzeh. So now why is that important? Because let's say I'm in Minyan, and the Chazan makes a Beracha, and I answer Amen. I didn't have in mind to be yotzeh with him, but I didn't have in mind not to be yotzeh with him. According to some Achronim, you fulfilled your obligation because you because mitzvot Rabbanan don't have a need to have kavanah to be motzi them. So that's why, if everyone has ever heard, that Rav Ovadia very nicely wrote that when the Sefirat Ha'Omer begins, everyone should say once, make a tanai for that entire Sefirat Ha'Omer, saying, I'm megaleh my dat, I'm revealing my intent now, that I never want to be yotzeh with the chazan when it makes the beracha. Therefore, if you notice, some people say Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo and they answer Amen. I'm not having in mind to be yotzeh with the chazan. I'm just answering Amen. I want to make a bracha for myself, and that's the good minhag to do, to make that stipulation one time every sefirah, saying I'm not being yotzeh with the chazan. He makes the beracha. He's not fulfilling my obligation. I still want the opportunity to make the beracha. It happens to be that I think it was Rav Shimon Auerbach explains that when it comes for mitzvot in the Beit Knesset, like the tefillah, even by derabanan, you don't need this negative intent to not be yotzeh, because everyone knows you want to do your own mitzvah, so you have that to rely on. But it's proper. Rabbi Chaim liked the idea, make the tanai, make the stipulation where I'm not having mind to be yotzeh. That way, according to all the opinions, it's okay, it works. And when you answer amen in Beit Knesset, you still have the opportunity and chance to make the beracha yourself as well. We should have a wonderful day and Chag Sameach.